Do you want to avoid scenarios like this in your cities? I'm going to share 12 amazing vanilla tips for a better traffic flow anyone can implement. Let's get building. Number 1. Separate your cargo from commuter traffic. If your traffic looks like this, trucks can't supply your industry or your shops, and soon your residents will move out. I highly recommend that you add a separate entrance and exit point from your industrial areas to your highways. You want to avoid your importing and exporting cargo traffic mixing in with your commuter traffic. You can add stop lanes to your existing highways as simple as this, or you can add some dedicated lanes to your existing internal connections. This will help clear up a lot of traffic in your city. Number 2. Smoothness for the win. Alright, this one is not super crucial, but can still help with traffic flow to an extent and just looks so much better. When connecting two roads like this, all we do instead of just connecting them, we can use the curved road tool and smoothly connect the ends like this. This looks really good, and it does help with the flow of traffic since cars can drive at a slightly higher speed through these smoother curves. Number 3. Spreading out intersections. Having intersections too close together can cause quite some issues with traffic. People will have to wait at one intersection and traffic will back up to the next, creating more and more problems. My advice is to never go closer with two intersections than 10 units. That is easily visible since the nodes are usually 10 units apart. Basically, I just add roads at every node. Sometimes I like to skip a node as well and create a bigger space. However, there are certain scenarios where I space the intersections closer together. These occur very rarely though, and are only when I don't anticipate a lot of traffic going through. I think then I can get away with that. Number 4. Get the citizens off the road. Creating a walkable, bikeable, public transport friendly city is key in getting your citizens off of the roads. That is probably the most important tip I can give you. Make it attractive for people to walk or bike through your city or to take public transportation. Connect popular or busy areas of your city with pathways. I like to connect my residential areas with my industrial areas using a pathway for pedestrians. The good thing is the Sims that ride their bicycles will also use them. This connection makes sense since the citizens can now walk to work instead of driving their car. When it comes to public transportation, it's about the same as with walkability. You want to connect the most busy areas with either buses, metro, or even trains. Personally, I love using metros since they can get up to speed pretty quick, so it's a fast way to get around town. Be sure to encourage line sharing as your Sims will go great distances without their car if your city is laid out well for it. Number 5. No four-way intersections. If you can, try to avoid four-way junctions as much as possible. There's plenty of space on the map, so I like to use T-junctions as much as I can. One less road that connects means less cars wanting to drive through the intersection. If you want to take this tip to the next level, you can combine T-junctions with one-way roads, making it even less likely to clog up. This does take some planning since you want to have a good road layout where all the areas in your city are easily reachable, but you'll be amazed about how much this actually helps. Number 6. Road hierarchy. If you like the planning aspect of the game, implementing the road hierarchy is another great tip for you. The basic hierarchy is highways, arterials, collectors, then local roads. The highways are for moving traffic at a high speed. The arterials, I like to use avenues for that purpose, are expected to carry large volumes of traffic into your city. The collectors collect traffic from the arterials and distribute it to local roads, and the local roads are for low volume traffic. This system will help to disperse your traffic properly and not congest your city with traffic. You don't always have to implement each and every form of this hierarchy, but to an extent it can really help to ease up your traffic problems. Number 7. Turn off traffic lights. Turning off your traffic lights can work wonders for traffic. This is especially important when you have avenue roads as your arterial roads. Whenever you connect a road to an existing avenue, the game will automatically create a traffic light at that connection. The problem here is that red lights slow down traffic, of course. If we see the avenue as our arterial road, we definitely want priority for that road. You can simply go to the info views, click the traffic routes button, and go to traffic lights. Here you can turn them off by clicking on them. You can also add stop signs to the road connecting to give priority to the avenue. If you have access to mods, the TMPE mod makes this process a lot easier and even better for your traffic since there are more options. Number 8. Lane mathematics. Ah yes, the infamous lane mathematics, a term which was populated by Biffa. This can really help the traffic AI sort cars more intelligent and improve the traffic flow in your city. In general, you could say the incoming lanes and outgoing lanes should be equal at all highway junctions. So you want to have 3 lanes, splitting off into 2 lanes going forward and 1 off-ramp. And the same goes for the other way around. 2 lanes plus the on-ramp merge into 3 lanes. That way cars merge smoother and don't have to queue up to merge. You also get these dedicated turning lanes, which also helps your traffic flow. Number 9. Beware of zoning. By now you probably know that not only do your residents want to go to shops in the city, but those shops also get deliveries from your industry. So whenever you plan your road layout, also plan for a well laid out connection from your industry to your commercial areas. When starting out, for instance, it's a good idea to have commercial between your residential and industrial zones, simply so deliveries can be made with ease and your citizens can reach the shops just as easily. Number 10. Public Transport Express. Something that can really help your traffic is having so-called express lines to your existing public transportation system. These express lines only stop at major stops along the route. If you want to add an express train, be sure to have a bypass at local train stations to avoid express trains being held up by local trains. Express lines make it even more attractive for your citizens to cross great distances using your public transportation network. Number 11. Removing parking spots. Parking spots on roads can become a bit negative. These parking spots make it easy for your citizens to reach their destination by car. The parking lots that most buildings have built in can hardly handle all vehicles using them. So if parking spots are occupied, the citizens will park on the nearest spots on the side of the road, and that means the target of the trip is in short walking distance. If you use roads lined with trees, grass, or biking lanes, the parking spots will be removed. That means the parking spots are further away from the destination your citizens want to go to, and that can make public transportation faster and thus more interesting for them to use. The end result would be fewer cars on the road. And number 12, overloaded public transport. Beware of having an overloaded public transport system. If there are too many citizens waiting in-game days for overcrowded trains, metros, buses, or any other form of public transportation in itself can cause issues. Also keep in mind that too many buses can also clog up your roads. And here is a bonus tip. The office specialization IT cluster can generate some goods which are distributed without using cargo trucks on the road. And the commercial specialization organic and local produce creates buildings which require fewer cargo deliveries. Both of these specializations came with the Green Cities DLC. Phew, that was a lot. But now, if you want to know how to properly start your city, I highly recommend you check out this video right over here. Thank you all so much for watching. Have a great day and stay safe out there. Bye-bye.